In the world of combat sports, there are moments that define careers, and then there are moments that announce the arrival of a fighter destined for greatness. For Dakota Ditcheva, that defining moment came with a knockout so decisive, so powerful, that it left her experienced opponent stunned, the crowd in awe, and the world of MMA taking notice. On November 1, 2016, Dakota stepped into the cage against the seasoned British fighter Emma Bragg, and what transpired that night would cement her reputation as a rising star with unmatched speed, precision, and finishing ability. But to understand the full scope of Dakota's rise, one must look beyond the cage, beyond the lights and the roaring crowd, into the life, mindset, and relentless preparation that shaped her into the fighter she would become. Dakota's path was unconventional. Unlike many fighters who meticulously prepare for specific opponents, she approached every match with a mindset forged in consistency and hard work rather than rigid planning. "I trained, but not for a specific fight," she once admitted. "I don't really remember ever preparing for one opponent in particular. I just worked hard every day, always improving, always pushing myself." Her philosophy wasn't about predicting the next fight. It was about creating a version of herself so strong, so capable, that no opponent could take her by surprise. She approached her craft with a mixture of discipline and positivity, a combination that would serve her well in the unforgiving world of MMA. From an early age, Dakota understood the importance of mental preparation as much as physical readiness. She didn't dwell on fear or on losing. Those concepts simply had no place in her mindset. "I just think positive," she explained. "I don't think about anything other than winning. You never hear me talk about losing because that's not what I'm here for. It's all about staying focused and confident." This unwavering positivity wasn't naive optimism. It was a conscious choice to cultivate resilience, a tool as powerful as any strike or combination she would later deliver in the cage. Her first major breakthrough came when she faced Emma Bragg. Emma was a well-regarded fighter with experience and composure. On paper, it looked like Dakota might be the underdog. Most people had barely heard of her at that time, as her career was still in its early stages, and her name was not yet synonymous with fear in the ring. But Dakota carried an energy that few could match. From the opening bell, it was clear that she was not just another rookie looking to survive. She was there to dominate. The fight began with both women stepping forward, intent clear in every movement. Emma, seasoned and confident, tried to assert control through composure and technical precision. She opened with measured strikes, testing Dakota's defenses, but Dakota's presence was electric, her movements sharp and deliberate. The crowd could sense the difference immediately. With fluid footwork and laser-focused eyes, she circled her opponent, patiently waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Then, in an instant, it came. A sharp combination, a jab followed by a cross, snapped Emma's head back, igniting the crowd and sending a clear message: Dakota Ditcheva was here to win. Emma attempted to slow the pace by pulling Dakota into a clinch, aiming to leverage her experience and wear down the younger fighter with knees to the body. But Dakota was prepared, not because she had studied Emma's habits in depth, but because her consistent training had built instincts as sharp as any tactical plan. Her knees landed with precision, her counters came naturally, and the power difference was unmistakable. When she released Emma from the clinch, a flurry of punches followed, culminating in a clean strike that sent Emma to the canvas. She rose quickly, showing grit and determination, but the intensity never waned. Another heavy blow sent her down again before the round ended, leaving no doubt about Dakota's dominance. Behind this display of physical prowess was a fighter who understood the psychology of combat. Dakota's calm demeanor masked an aggressive core, a blend of technical skill and raw power that overwhelmed opponents before they could even react. She wasn't reckless, she was controlled, deliberate, and always thinking 2 steps ahead. By the time the second round began, momentum was firmly in her favor. Emma, despite her experience, was forced into reactive positions, trying to weather a storm she hadn't anticipated. Dakota closed the distance with lethal timing, each strike calculated, each knee to the body reinforcing the growing impression that she was unstoppable. Then, the defining moment arrived. A perfectly timed knee to the ribs sent Emma crumpling, and the referee had no choice but to step in. The fight ended in a dominant TKO victory for Dakota, a performance that would echo through the MMA community for years to come. Yet, Dakota's journey didn't start or end with that fight. To understand the depth of her talent, one must look at the foundation she had built long before she entered any cage. Dakota's training regimen was rigorous and holistic. She didn't rely solely on one discipline. She mastered striking, footwork, grappling, and conditioning, understanding that versatility would make her unpredictable and dangerous. Hours were spent refining jabs, crosses, elbows, and knees, while equal time was dedicated to endurance, agility, and mental focus. She approached training not as a checklist of techniques but as an evolving art, constantly seeking to improve and adapt. Mentally, Dakota's preparation was just as intense. She incorporated visualization into her routines, imagining every scenario, every counter, and every victory. "I don't do anything spiritual," she said. "I just focus on thinking positive and visualizing winning. Every time I step into the cage, I see myself succeeding, I see myself finishing the fight, and I stay in that mindset." This mental clarity allowed her to stay calm under pressure, to make decisions quickly, and to maintain control even when the pace was overwhelming. Her approach exemplified a key truth in combat sports. The mind is as crucial as the body, and the fighter who masters both has an edge that no opponent can underestimate. 3 years later, Dakota made her official debut at UKFC 9 on March 23, 2019. By this point, she had refined her style, blending the aggressive forward pressure she inherited from her mother, a Thai boxer, with the strategic patience she had developed over years of training. Her debut opponent, Nascimento, came forward aggressively, testing Dakota's defenses and attempting to impose her own rhythm. But Dakota met her head-on, using fluid footwork and crisp combinations to keep Nascimento at bay. The crowd immediately noticed that Dakota was not a fighter who relied on luck or brute force. She was a calculated force of nature. Even on the ground, Dakota's composure shone. From her back, she demonstrated skill and adaptability beyond her years, threatening with submissions, shifting her hips with precision, and never allowing Nascimento to settle comfortably. Though her corner urged her not to get drawn into prolonged grappling, Dakota's understanding of timing and leverage allowed her to navigate these exchanges without losing momentum. She balanced aggression with intelligence, showing that her threat was not limited to striking. She was a complete fighter, capable of adapting to whatever her opponent presented. Round 2 of the debut fight was where Dakota's mastery became undeniable. She asserted her stand-up game with crisp combinations and precise leg kicks, maintaining perfect distance and timing. Nascimento, still aggressive, tried to close the distance, but Dakota's reactions were instinctive and lightning-fast. A perfectly timed right hand rocked her opponent, leaving her staggered and vulnerable. Dakota sensed the finish and unleashed a flurry of strikes that overwhelmed Nascimento, forcing the referee to step in and stop the fight. The victory was a statement. Dakota Ditcheva was no longer just a prospect, she was a rising star in the MMA world. Beyond the cage, Dakota's life and mindset contributed immensely to her rise. She approached challenges with curiosity, seeing every fight as an opportunity to learn and grow. Her training was never routine. It was a journey of exploration, combining the physical, mental, and strategic aspects of combat. She understood that talent alone was insufficient, that consistent effort and adaptability were the true measures of greatness. Every morning, she pushed herself. Every evening, she reflected on her progress, and every fight became both a test and a showcase of the work she had invested. Her philosophy extended beyond fighting. Dakota's focus on positivity, visualization, and self-belief shaped not only her career but also her life. She embraced challenges without fear, understanding that each obstacle was a chance to become stronger. This mindset, paired with her natural skill and rigorous training, created a fighter who was both formidable and resilient, capable of handling pressure, overcoming adversity, and seizing victory when the opportunity arose. As her career progressed, Dakota continued to demonstrate the qualities that had defined her from the beginning: speed, precision, adaptability, and an unyielding belief in herself. Each fight was a testament to the power of preparation, mental focus, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Whether delivering a knockout or navigating a complex grappling exchange, she showcased the combination of heart, skill, and intelligence that made her a standout figure in the MMA world. Looking back at Dakota Ditcheva's early career, it's clear that her rise was no accident. Her victories against seasoned opponents, her ability to adapt and innovate, and her unwavering positivity all contributed to a foundation that would support years of success. From the explosive TKO against Emma Bragg to her commanding debut at UKFC 9, Dakota demonstrated not only her talent but also her capacity to grow, evolve, and dominate. Her story reminds fans and fighters alike that greatness is born from consistent effort, mental clarity, and the courage to believe in oneself. The future for Dakota Ditcheva was, even then, filled with possibilities. She approached each new fight not with fear or hesitation, but with a confidence that she had prepared for every eventuality. Her mindset was simple yet powerful: visualize success, work relentlessly, and never accept defeat as an option. This philosophy guided her through early challenges, helped her overcome more experienced opponents, and set the stage for a career that would inspire countless others. By combining rigorous physical training with sharp mental focus, Dakota had created a formula for success that extended beyond individual fights. She understood the value of adaptability, the necessity of resilience, and the importance of positivity in a world where uncertainty was constant. Each victory reinforced her belief in herself. Each loss, or potential setback, was reframed as an opportunity to improve, and each fight became a reflection of the work she had invested long before she ever stepped into the cage. Looking back on Dakota's journey, one sees more than just a series of fights and victories. One sees the emergence of a fighter whose combination of talent, preparation, and mindset sets her apart. From her explosive early knockouts to her intelligent debuts, Dakota Ditcheva exemplifies what it means to be a complete fighter, a combination of strength, skill, intelligence, and an unshakable belief in one's own abilities. Her story is a testament to the power of preparation, the importance of positivity, and the impact of mental and physical discipline in achieving greatness. In the annals of MMA history, Dakota Ditcheva's early career performances will be remembered not only for their excitement and spectacle, but also for the glimpse they provided of a fighter who was destined for greatness. Her victories were not mere moments of luck. They were the result of years of consistent effort, relentless training, and a mindset focused on success. Through discipline, positivity, and an unwavering commitment to improvement, Dakota established herself as a formidable force in combat sports, a fighter whose name would continue to inspire and intimidate for years to come.